Hi, this is Aaron Creer with reportforce.blog. All right, here we're going to take a look at a few ways that we can use reports to help us manage our dashboards. And the first one we're going to take a look at is I've seen it happen several times where dashboards that people use frequently seem to stop working all of a sudden, and the charts display an error message and they're essentially useless. And one of the main culprits for this is that the dashboard running user has been deactivated. They've left the company, somebody deactivated their user account without checking to see if they were the running user for a dashboard. So if we take a look here, we have a report chart and we're showing the dashboard running user and it's grouped by person. So this is the type of report we can use to go and check that before we deactivate that person. So this is set. If we edit this dashboard here, we'll just look at our properties, view dashboard as, and if it's set to me, which it does by default, that means I'm the running user. So if my user account was deactivated, any dashboards that had this set to me are going to break. So we can take a look into our report here, and we really want to just take a peek at how we did this. And to do so, we did a custom report type. So we've got a couple of groupings here: run as a specified user, run as a logged in user, which we'll get to in the next section. And then we're just grouping it by the running user, so we can clearly see who that running user is. And we can see here we have a dashboards report. And to do that, we created a custom report type and called it dashboards. And our structure has basically two objects. Dashboard is the primary, and dashboard components as the secondary. Obviously, a dashboard component needs to be there in order to create a dashboard. So that's why we've selected each dashboard must have at least one component. When they say component, we're just talking about a dashboard chart. So very easily create a report like this. Anytime you're going to deactivate a user, quickly run it, see if their name appears here. If so, you could simply update the running user for that dashboard, deactivate the user. You would just have to make sure, depending on your sharing rules and that sort of thing, the access level of the data in that dashboard. Now, another good use case is to count the number of dynamic dashboards you have. And a dynamic dashboard, if you're not aware, is basically a dashboard where the viewer is adjusted based on the person. So meaning it's not set to view it as me or as the admin, but it's dynamic. So whoever looks at it, the data updates to what their sharing and visibility access level is. And again, that is set. If we go back to our properties real quick, right here. So selecting this would basically make it a dynamic dashboard so that the data automatically updates to the access level of the person viewing it. Now, why this is important to keep track of this number is because there's a limit for each org. So it's not available in the Pro Edition. It is available. You can have up to 5 in Enterprise, up to 10 in Performance and Unlimited. And why I think it's important is because I've seen it happen a few times where admins create a dashboard. They have a scoping session with the team. They say, oh yeah, we want the reps to be able to just see their stuff. All right, perfect. We'll go create a dynamic dashboard for them. So it's one set of reports, one dashboard that it automatically adjusts based on the person viewing it. Perfect. That's what works for us. You go in, you spend a bunch of time creating all these reports and dashboards, and then right at the end, you get an error message saying, hey, you've hit your limit. You can't create another dynamic one. So being able to quickly view this is important. And again, if we just run into our report, we can just take a peek here. It's using that same custom report type. And then we basically just filtered it to say we only care about seeing the ones that are run as the logged in user. And another area where we can take a peek at our dashboard usage is basically through themes and component usage. So if we look at these 3 charts down here, using the same custom report type with the dashboard and dashboard components, we can look at things like, do people prefer light background or dark background in their charts. Same thing, what's the most popular color palette? Or which is the most favorable chart type, horizontal bar, table, metric, donut. May not seem like this matters that much, but if you're a brand new admin in a new org and you have some tasks to create reports and dashboards, just getting a feel for what the most popular selections are for this can save you some time. Obviously, the way you're displaying the data is going to help drive your chart selection, but things like color palette and just theme, you may find that one executive always likes dark, another one always likes light. You don't have to bother them and ask them that question when you can kind of determine that stuff here. And again, it's all the same custom report type that we took a peek at earlier. So there's a couple of quick ways where you can use reporting to help manage your dashboards.